press the record button. My face doesn't look that fat, but I gotta put oil on my hair. I haven't shaved in what, 2 weeks? Maybe I'll put this. Let me put this on. Light. Oh, now you can see everything more. Look at this. Right. So weird. It's like how the hair looks there. It's sort of growing, I think, around here. The balls. But actually, luckily, it's still growing around a little bit. A little bit. Oh, look at all that hair on the face. Oh my god, what the hell is that? What is that? It's like something that's like a red? Is that red? Oh no. It looks so awful. Oh, no, I don't look that awful, but, well, actually, you know. Why don't I take care of my presentation when I make these videos? Won't I? This is all oil. That's why my forehead is shiny. That's coconut oil. I'm gonna wash my hair. I thought I'll wash my hair twice a week because I think my scalp gets really dry and it's also painful scalp. Dry scalp. Definitely, I need to lose more weight. I want to lose more weight. Anyway, what was I thinking? Oh yeah, this is just gonna be a. It feels funny, you know, like a weird mood. Strange. Sunday, 22nd May, 2016 at 10:41 a.m. So I've been seeing a lot of videos on personality disorders and mental health videos in general, and so as far as I can tell, I'm not a psychopath. I'm not a sociopath. I'm not a narcissist. I don't think I'm a narcissist. But when it comes to borderline personality disorder, I used to think I was like a psychologist at university. Like this was like years ago, like 2010. No wait, 2008, around that time. You know, there was. I think I wrote these inappropriate emails to lecturers, and looking back at it, I think I was just very lonely and depressed and wanting attention, or maybe it's a cry for help or whatever. And so one of the lecturers, he got concerned, like, oh my god, this person. He got freaked out. So he took my email to the psychologist, the counselor, and she apparently said that just on reading the email, it seems like this person has borderline issues. Now, borderline, some of the symptoms are unstable, like moods, unstable identity, a sense of self, and I do have these moods. I don't, you know, self is very yeah, you know, very fragile self identity, sense of self. So, like, but the reason I'm going to say I'm not really borderline is because I think I've got like borderlines. Apparently, the difference between borderlines and narcissists are that borderlines can be empathetic more so than narcissists can be. So yeah, so in that sense, I can empathize with other people, and I also have a very high sense of accountability because I do feel guilty if I did something bad. But there are times when I can get caught up in my own delusions or paranoias. So, I mean, when that happens, it's pretty horrible to go through. And like this lecture, I probably freak other people out. So my behavior, but in real life I'm not like that. But I guess because on online, when you're behind a keyboard, you can write stuff, and anyway. So then there's this complex post-traumatic stress disorder. I think I do have a lot of that stuff. Because of a lot of my experiences, this sounds really complicated to go into. So I don't think I'm a borderline, but like one thing they say about borderlines is they tend to manipulate people and stuff like that. For me, I don't think I go out to consciously manipulate people, but because I have because I'm very insecure. This is something I learned about myself. I'm extremely insecure. I'm always wanting people to like me or affirm me or stuff like that. And it's probably because as a child, I think I don't know if I was emotionally neglected. Maybe as an adolescent I was emotionally neglected, because as a very young child I think my mom was there. But when I started growing into young adulthood, like teenage, then I think during those stages I think I was very isolated, very alone. Then again, my dad was always not there, so there was definitely emotional neglect, and there was also this. Anyway, so he can be quite abusive. I was always afraid of my dad. Not necessarily because he would beat me, but because he was like this authority figure. And that line is also, the Polish filmmaker Krzysztof Kieślowski, he said the same thing about his dad in this documentary. I was afraid of my dad, not because he would beat me, but because he was an authority figure. I have a similar fear of my dad. Even to this day. Yeah, he's like this authority figure. So I may have borderline traits. But I don't think I'm necessarily a borderline, because I don't go out to consciously manipulate people. But in my attempts to please people and get them to like me, or the fact that I can't handle self-criticism, that can be seen as being manipulative. Like trying to get people to like you, trying to present. I mean, it's funny because in my videos I'm very open and very honest about myself. So I guess that's one of the reasons why I make these videos, is because they give me an opportunity to be honest about myself and my flaws. Whereas because in real life I really rarely do it, or it's hard for me to do it. So this is like an outlet, therapeutic thing. But so yeah, I've been sort of watching a lot of videos on this stuff. I think it's interesting because if I want to get well, I have to take this mental health seriously, because I don't want to look at the way I am. I'm like so socially crippled. I don't want. This is not a good way for me to live. I'm not happy just staying at home and hiding from the world, and it's very depressing. At this moment I don't feel that depressed, but my moods can maybe change. I don't know. So I probably do, but yeah. So if I want to get better, I have to take my all these things seriously. So another thing is, yeah, boundaries. This is something I've had a problem with such a long time. Even to this day, I still struggle with boundaries. I have a very, it's related to my fragile self. I mean, in order to have a good sense of self, you need to have boundaries between you and the world, between you and other people. And I haven't historically been very good at that because I never realized, I mean, I haven't taken my mental health seriously, so I just neglected my own welfare. It's another issue, is like I have a problem with being responsible, like being a responsible adult. I feel it's very hard for me to take responsibility, not for only for myself, but for others as well, because I find it very hard to take care of other people, or be concerned about other people, because it just seems so hard. Which is why I tend to withdraw and not make friends or whatever, because it's very hard for me to be concerned about other people. I just feel so overwhelmed. But anyway, so I did pluck my eyebrow a little bit down there. So yeah, boundaries. Like I really have to work on that. I mean, it's difficult to. I mean, you can make mistakes, but it's better to learn from your mistakes and keep on working at it. The stuff doesn't get fixed in a day. Maybe it's a lifelong process of learning and putting into practice. That's another thing. I may know things, but I don't think I put into practice what I know. So I gotta learn to put into practice what I know. What else? So yeah, oh yeah, about like I have to, I think I'm gonna try and. Is currently on Social Security benefits. I am expected to do full-time work, and I don't think I'm at a stage where I can do full-time work. I mean, seriously, I mean, if I go to work, depending on the environment, I do need to get out, and working well, I think it's going to be beneficial to me, but I don't think I can do full-time, because, these aren't excuses. I don't think I'm making excuses for myself. I'm just being honest. Hey, I'm at a stage where I don't think I can interact with so many people. I don't think I can cope with a lot of tasks. I will just sort of crash. I won't be able to cope with it. So I want to go to Social Security and make an application for disability. I mean, what that means is, I don't know if I'll get it or not, but the thing is, at least I want them to know that what my current situation is, because maybe they might change my requirements from looking full-time to part-time work or something like that. Then that'll be a little bit more manageable for me, because I don't think I'm in the right kind of stream, or I don't think I'm in the right support system. You know what I mean? Because I was talking to the employment consultant, and she said that I was in stream C in this New Start allowance. And stream C is for people who don't know how to speak English, or who have other barriers, maybe psychological barriers. And I know how to speak English, I know how to write stuff, and I know how to do all of that. So yes, I've got psychological barriers, but I don't think it's the proper stream that they can actually help me. I don't think I should be required to do, like, search for 20 jobs a month. And when I make these applications, I feel like a fake, because I'm not really like, how the hell am I? But I feel like I have to do this because this is what they want me to do. But I feel like I'm not being honest, like. I'm making these applications, and I'm feeling like, you know, like I'm not really going to do the job because I'm just doing it because I have to do it. So I might as well. I don't like that. So that's why I'm gonna just go and. I mean, another thing is trying to actually download the file and actually sign in the application. That itself is like such a challenge to me. Like I've got to answer those questions. It's like they got 120 freaking questions. Like what the hell? I don't think you've got to answer all of them. I think some of them are pertain to certain categories of people. But so I've got to get around to doing that. Even sitting down, printing out the application and filling it out. Even that feels like such a. I've been procrastinating on that because I feel like it's just so. It just seems like such a hard thing to do. And I've got to fill out this housing application form because next year I think. Me and my mom are going to live. Like my brother is going to go by himself. So yeah. So this is a video on personality disorders, mental health. Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to do what I can. God damn it. Yeah. Well, I've been sort of trying really hard on my diet, and we'll see what I mean. Yesterday I ate. Oh yes, I made some diet fails. Like like recently I've eaten some chocolates and like Twix and Bounty, like these small bars, and or chocolate thing. And the chocolate has milk, and milk is against the whole vegan thing, and because it's got animal products. And so that was really not good. So that was really wrong and bad of me to eat that chocolate. So that was not good. But I haven't eaten a lot of it. Also, I ate some sweet chili and sour cream chips, and the sour cream contains milk, so that was another video. So I have eaten quite a lot of junk food lately, which is probably why but I've been trying these past few days to really work hard on the diet, and I'm making small steps, but yeah, small steps, baby steps. Oh my god, I look really awful in this video. I don't talk. Yeah.